The Disaster Fiscal Recovery Playbook was developed to assist Michigan County road agencies before, during, and after natural disaster events to ensure they can apply for all available state and federal funding sources to recover from disaster events. These videos give an overview of the playbook and highlights the resources and actions that can be taken for 3 stages of a disaster: preparedness, response, and fiscal recovery. Recovery. The recovery section outlines 3 separate funding sources that may be available to local road agencies after disaster. Emergency relief for federally owned roads, or ERFO. Emergency relief for federally owned roads funding is available for roads and bridges on federally owned lands. The program is administered by the Federal Lands Highway Division, Bureau of Indian Affairs, and the appropriate tribal government. Ultimately, the Federal Lands Highway Division Director determines if there is a disaster. To be eligible for ERFO, the following criteria must be met. The estimated federal share of all repairs for an event should be at least $700,000, and each individual site repair should be at least $5,000. The damaged infrastructure must be a public highway, road, bridge, trail, or transit system located on or provides access to tribal land and appears on the National Tribal Transportation Facility Inventory. ERFO funds will pay for 100% of costs associated with the repair of tribal transportation facilities. In order to get reimbursed, local road agencies should first document any damages and emergency repairs completed in the aftermath of a disaster. To secure ERFO funding, the local road agency should coordinate closely with the local tribe. Tribal officials will then coordinate directly with the Bureau of Indian Affairs. After a positive finding, a detailed survey report will typically be prepared with BIA representatives. See the playbook for additional information on the reimbursement process. Michigan State Infrastructure Bank Loan, or SIB. The Michigan State Infrastructure Loan Bank Program complements traditional funding sources and is a tool to meet urgent project financing demands by providing loans to public entities for eligible transportation improvements. Any Act 51 eligible public entity, county road agencies, villages, cities, or MDOT, is qualified for the SIB. All proposed project stages will be considered for financing, including but not limited to planning and cost estimation, environmental and economic impact studies, feasibility studies, right-of-way acquisition, project design, project engineering and construction. Operating and administrative costs, unless emergency-related, are ineligible. While there is no minimum loan amount, SIB financing will generally not exceed $2 million. The average loan is 9 years and interest rates are evaluated annually. Applicants must first complete a brief loan application. MDOT will then review the application and determine the eligibility of the applicant. Upon approval, the SIB coordinator will initiate a state and/or local loan. HUD Community Development Block Grant Program, or CDBG, and CDBG Disaster Recovery, or CDBG-DR. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development allocates CDBG funding to the state of Michigan as part of CDBG state program. The Michigan Strategic Fund serves as fiscal agent for the program, and the Michigan Economic Development Corporation is responsible for administering and distributing funds. Use of CDBG state program funding for emergency and disaster events is unusual. Michigan's CDBG state program is typically used to support economic development and assist local communities through blight elimination, job creation, rental rehabilitation, and by benefiting areas of low to moderate income individuals. State CDBG funds are distributed to eligible units of general local government. However, it's unclear if county road commissions fit the definition of UGLG. CDBG-DR funds do not need to be distributed to eligible UGLGs and require a presidentially declared disaster to be allocated. As Michigan has historically not been the recipient of CDBG-DR funds, and it is unclear if local road agencies can qualify for CDBG funds, this funding source is not extensively detailed in this video. See the playbook for more information on this funding source.